I'm Shelley Preston and I'm tutor of chocolate making here at the School of Artisan Food. And today we're going to make lots of lovely chocolate recipes that you can make at home. We're going to make hand-poured chocolate bars and hand-rolled truffles so that you can have perfect results every time. A ganache is a very simple mixture of cream and chocolate, and we use it all the time in chocolate making. It's a very traditional recipe. Just by warming up cream and adding it to the chocolate and stirring, you can create your own beautiful truffles at home or use it for decorating cakes. And if you wanted to be very luxurious, you could thin it down even more and make a lovely hot chocolate. So there are many ways to flavour a ganache. You can use essential oils, things like tea, beautiful fresh spices and herbs, or you can add alcohol. And you add these at different times. But the way I'm going to show you today is called the Infusion Method. And we're going to infuse beautiful hand-blended fresh chai tea into cream so we can extract the essential oils naturally, and then we're going to pour that onto the chocolate. One of the nice things that we get to do as a chocolatier is chocolate matching, and it's quite a simple process. You can look at the nuances of flavour in your chocolate, so is it spicy, is it acidic, is it floral, and you can match it with the flavour that you're adding in, so the flavour to your tea or your essential oil or alcohol or whatever it is you're using. In here we have a beautiful 43% Ecuadorian chocolate and a 63% Madagascan chocolate. And these work very, very well together. The milk chocolate is lovely and mellow and very balanced and clearly quite sweet. And the Madagascan chocolate is quite lively and fresh and acidic. And the two things together create a very, very nice blend to go with our chai. I don't know whether you can see here, but the tea's slightly hydrated, and I've just poured a few teaspoons of water in here to do that, so when the tea goes into the cream, it doesn't suck all the moisture out of the cream. So we have around 200 mils of cream here, and we have 200 grams of chocolate. So the equal quantities we have here make the perfect consistency for a chocolate truffle. We want to add roughly 2 dessert spoons of tea to our cream. We now need to heat this so we can extract the lovely essential oils present in the spices. Because there's going to be no preservatives in here, we're adding no sugar, no extra fat, so we can enhance shelf life or kill any bugs or anything like that. It's important that we give the cream an extra boil, so if there's any sort of nasty bacteria lurking around in the cream, we can get rid of that by giving it a really good boil. So we can make sure A, that it's hot enough, and B, that we've taken out any impurities from the cream. So now our cream is at a really good rolling boil. So I'm going to remove now from the heat. And there's two things when you're making a ganache with tea. The same thing can happen with cream as happens with water. You don't want to stew the cream. So it's important that you test as you go along to make sure that you've got the lovely flavour of the chai. But what I'm also doing here is cooling the cream down. One of the most common mistakes in ganache making is you pour the scalding cream onto solid chocolate and the chocolate splits. And that's just because there's too much intense heat in the bowl. So we just need to temper the heat a little bit by leaving it aside for 1 minute or 30 seconds just to take that edge off the cream. So I'm just going to go in now and give that a little stir. I can already smell that this has infused the cream really beautifully. It's got a lovely colour. And that also tells me that we've got a nice flavour in there. So now we're at the right temperature for the cream. We need to sieve the cream over the chocolate because we don't want any bits of chai. And we're not going to pour all the cream in just yet. We want just enough to cover the chocolate. So if you give your bowl a little wiggle left and right, and if you can see here, we've just covered the surface of the chocolate. The chocolate now likes to relax into the cream. We don't want now to go in and start stirring the cream and creating any air. We don't want to be too vigorous with it. We just want a very sort of relaxed, nice ganache. The hot cream now has been poured over the chocolate for about a minute. So now's a perfect time to go in with your spatula and start agitating the chocolate from the middle. Start to remove the chocolate from the sides and very gently bringing the unmelted chocolate into the middle of the bowl. We've agitated the ganache enough now so we've got a lovely glossy mixture. And the chocolate should very gently melt into the cream so we get this lovely sort of unctuous glossy texture. And this is a perfect consistency for which to set aside. You can either leave it overnight in an ambient temperature and it will set to a lovely scoopable consistency, or you can flash it in the fridge if you need to use your mixture quicker, and it will set in probably a couple of hours. And that is probably the simplest, most lovely ganache you'll ever make.